You got a pay raise. Your paycheck is bigger, so why do you still feel like you are falling behind? For a lot of people, this feels confusing. The number on the payslip went up, but the grocery bill, rent, transport, insurance, or energy bill may have gone up too. A raise can be real progress and still not create the relief you expected. The missing idea is purchasing power. Let's draw it out. Your income is the amount of money you earn. Prices are what that money has to buy. Purchasing power is how much life your income can actually pay for. Here is the simple version. Real purchasing power is your income compared with the prices you face. If income rises while your costs stay the same, you can generally buy more. But if the cost of your everyday life rises faster than your income, the bigger number in your bank account may buy less than before. That does not mean every raise is pointless. It means the percentage on your payslip is not the whole story. Imagine two arrows. One says income, the other says cost of living. If both rise at a similar pace, your day-to-day position may feel broadly stable. If income rises faster, you gain room. If costs rise faster, you lose room. That last situation is why a raise can feel strangely disappointing instead of exciting. Now draw a basket. Not a shopping basket full of random products, but your personal basket of life. Housing, food, utilities, transport, phone bills, insurance, debt payments, childcare, healthcare, and anything else you need or regularly choose to pay for. Official inflation figures track changes in the price of a broad basket. They are useful, but no headline number can perfectly describe every household. Your own budget has a different mix. If a large share of your money goes to rent, and rent rises sharply, you can feel much more pressure than someone whose housing cost is fixed. If you drive a long distance for work, fuel costs can matter more to you. If you have children, childcare and food may matter more. The headline helps explain the economy. Your personal basket explains your life. This is why comparing your raise with one single number can be a useful starting point, but not a complete answer. The better question is, after covering the costs that matter most in my actual budget, do I have more room, less room, or about the same amount left? Let's call that room your margin. Margin is the money left after the essentials and regular obligations are paid. It is what lets you save, invest, deal with surprises, enjoy life, or simply breathe. When margin shrinks, financial stress rises even if your income is technically higher. There is another force that can make a raise feel invisible: lifestyle creep. When income goes up, it is natural to upgrade something. Maybe you move to a better place, order more convenience, finance a newer car, or take on a payment that used to feel out of reach. None of those choices is automatically bad. But if every increase in income is immediately turned into a permanent new cost, the raise never gets a chance to strengthen your finances. So how do you tell the difference between rising prices and lifestyle creep? Do not guess. Look at the last few months of spending. Make 3 columns: essential costs, flexible costs, and future you money. Essential costs are the bills that keep your life functioning: housing, basic food, utilities, transport, medicine, and minimum debt payments. Flexible costs are the things you can adjust if you choose: eating out, upgrades, subscriptions, shopping, and convenience spending. Future you money is what you send to emergency savings, debt reduction above the minimum, retirement, or long-term investments. If the essential column is climbing, you have identified a genuine cost of living problem. If the flexible column is climbing just as fast, that is not a reason for guilt. It is simply useful information. You can now decide whether those upgrades are worth the trade-off. If future you money is shrinking to zero, that is the warning light. A raise that leaves no room for resilience is not yet doing its full job. Here are 3 practical moves. First, calculate your own financial temperature. Once a month, total your essential costs and compare the result with your take-home pay. You do not need a perfect spreadsheet. You need a consistent one. Watch the direction of the gap between income and essentials. Is it widening, stable, or narrowing? Second, give part of every raise a job before it disappears. You might direct a portion to rebuilding an emergency fund, paying down expensive debt, or automating a long-term investment contribution. The exact split is personal. The principle is that a raise should improve more than your monthly spending power. It should improve your financial floor. Third, be careful with permanent commitments. A one-time treat from a raise is different from a recurring bill that arrives every month. Before adding a larger lease, loan, subscription bundle, or housing cost, ask whether you would still be comfortable paying it if your income stopped rising for a year. That question can protect your margin. None of this asks you to ignore the value of earning more. Increasing income can be one of the most powerful financial levers you have. It asks you to measure success in a more useful way. Not just, did my salary go up? But did my ability to cover life, build safety, and move toward my goals go up? So remember the drawing. A larger paycheck does not automatically mean a larger life. What matters is the space between your income arrow and your cost of living arrow. Protect that space, and a raise can become real progress instead of a number that vanishes. This video is for educational purposes only, not personalized financial advice. Prices, taxes, wages, benefits, and financial options vary by country and situation. Consider a qualified local professional for decisions that affect your own finances. Has a pay raise ever felt smaller than you expected? Share what changed most in your budget, and I'll see you in the next video.